Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture we'll continue our discussion on the DateTime module. In the previous lecture we looked at the date and DateTime classes and saw how we could find out the day of the month, the month and year, and also the current time. We also saw that we could use the weekday function to find out the day assigned for our weekday. Monday has a value of 0 and Sunday has a value of 6. There's also, we could have done this also by calculating the weekday by what is known as indexing. There is a weekday operator which is like a function, and this weekday operator will allow us to index these values to a list containing the dates. So what we'll do is we'll save these days in a list. So the list will have the days Monday through Sunday, and we'll use indexing to index our list containing these days to the weekday values, to this number values. Okay, let's see how we can do that. So the first thing we will do is, don't forget to import the date, time, and time classes from the DateTime module. So let's import from DateTime, import date. Okay, I have already imported the entire DateTime module. So once we import that, we'll use the date class to find out the weekday number. So we'll say date.weekday, and then we can pass this function accepts a date time object. So we'll pass today's date object that we created in the previous lecture. So if we call our today date object, we have 2016 December 4th, right? We created this in the previous lecture. So we'll pass today's date into our weekday function, and let's save this in some variable. Let's say weekday number or day number. Okay. Let's save it in a variable called weekday number. So WK for weekday number. Okay, so we have our date class, and then we call the weekday function, and then passed the today's date object that we created in the previous lecture. So if I go back, today's date is date.today. Okay, so once we do that, let's create our list. And we'll save it in a variable called weekdays, and our list will contain the days Monday through Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. And now that we have that, we can print out the weekday number. We can simply print this weekday number, and that will print the weekday number. So for instance, we can say print weekday number. Today is Sunday, so the value of this will be 6, right? And then we can also print out what day today is. We know that it's Sunday, but we can use this indexing. So we can use the value that we get from this, which is 6, and then what is at index 6 in our list. So this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll be indexing our weekdays list at index 6, and that will print out Sunday. So let's also print. We have our weekdays list at index weekday number. Okay, so let's run this. So today is the 6th, and it's a Sunday, so as expected. No, today is the weekday number is the 6th, right? And the 6th is a Sunday, so Sunday is assigned a weekday number of 6. Okay, we can be more descriptive in our print statements. We could say the number assigned to today's day, which is a Sunday, right? Which is a Sunday. We can do that just to be more informative. The number assigned to today's date, which is a Sunday, is then we can say weekday number, and in here we can say today is Sunday. So run it. So the number assigned to today's day, which is a Sunday, is 6, and today is Sunday. So it makes sense. Great. Next, we look at a function known as the strf time function, and we use this time function to format the time output. Okay, the way the time is presented, it can be formatted by using this strf time function. It's mainly used for formatting the way the time is presented. And we can format the year, months, the day, or even the time, and so on. So we use those we format it by passing several formatters. For instance, we pass %y to format the year, then %a to format the weekday, for instance. So %a will format our weekday, and to format the months we use %b, and then for formatting the day we use d. Okay, d for day. And we can use upper or lower case of each of these characters. For instance, if we use upper Y, this will give us all the year, all the 4 digits. For instance, it will give us 2016 versus if we use lower Y, we'll only see 16 instead of 2016. And same thing goes for weekday, upper A or lower A. And for the months, we can use lower B or upper B. Okay, and we look at examples of each of this formatting. So in the previous lecture, we have seen the now function, which is found in the DateTime module. So if we call DateTime.now, we see that it's a DateTime object. And if we save this in a variable called, let's call it right now. Okay, so if we print our right now object, we see that right now it's December 4th, 2016, 4:44 a.m. and second and microsecond. If we want to format the year, what we can do is, let's print. So we have our right now DateTime object, and then we'll simply pass. So for formatting the year, we mentioned percentage upper Y or lower Y. So let's pass upper Y. This will print out the entire year 2016, the 4 digits. DateTime object is not calculated. Oh, I know what the error is. We forgot to pass our formatting function, which is the strftime. So we have our right now date object, DateTime object, and then we call the strftime function, which is used for formatting, and then we pass percentage %y. So this will print out the 4-digit year. Whereas if we want to see the last 2 digits of our year, just 16, we said that we can simply pass lower Y, right, in our strftime function, and then pass percentage and lower Y. So that will print out 16. Similarly, we can also format the date, day, months of our DateTime object. Let's see some more examples. So print, we have our right now DateTime object, which is DateTime.now. So we have our right now, and then we'll call the strftime function, and let's see the months, how we can format the months. We mentioned we can format the months by calling B, right? So we just pass percentage %b, and that will print out the months. Okay, so run it. We have December, and if we pass lower B, it will print out the short form of December. So in case of lower B, we get the short form of December. Next, let's see how we can format the date. We mentioned that for the date, we use %d. So we have print right now that strftime function, and then we pass %d for the date. So today is the 4th, right? December 4th. So we got the 4th. And to format the day of the week, we can pass %a. So let's see that. Print right now that strftime, then %a. So we can use upper or lowercase a. I'll show you the difference. So when we use upper A, we get the day of the week, Sunday, whereas lower a will give us the short form of Sunday, which is Sun. So percentage %a, that will give us the short form of Sunday. Great. That's what I have for this lecture. In the next lecture, we'll continue our discussion on the DateTime module. Just to recap, we looked at how we can format time and date by using the strftime function, and we also saw how to calculate the weekday number by indexing a list containing the weekdays. Great. Thank you everyone again.